my gosh, so much. Okay, when was the last time we talked? Was it a year ago? So early last year, I was filming The Thundermans Return, our big reunion movie, 6 or something years after we finished the original series. And it was incredible, it was chaotic, it was crazy, and then it was a very intense post-production process. And then earlier this year, the movie came out. It's on Paramount Plus. And so in terms of social media and digital creation, the whole beginning of my year was just basically full-time marketing for that, which was really fun and a really nice challenge because there's so much I wanted to share, and finding the right way to do it that would be engaging for the older fans who were coming back and excited, and for the new fans was just a really big fun job. And it was great, and the engagement was awesome, and it was a really fun, it felt like a 3-month party on all my social medias promoting the Thundermans movie, so that was really great. And then it did well, and so we got picked up for a spin-off series. So we're about to go to Vancouver and film season 1 of the new Thundermans spin-off. So lots going on over here. It's been a very exciting year. Being an actor is such a strange job because you have this very small piece of a very big puzzle that is also a very big piece of that puzzle, but you're not privy to a lot of the rest of the process. And there's a lot of like guesswork and trying to make sure that you're fitting in and doing what needs to be done. Getting to be on the other side and work as an executive producer, I now get to see the minutia of every single part of the project, which I find really satisfying and stressful, but also really like liberating because I just know what's going on. It's just nice to be in the know. It's just been an incredible experience. I've really enjoyed it. I definitely want to do more of it in the future. Working as a producer on the movie last year was a really, really cool process to finally be in it. And now working as an executive producer on the series, now I know what I'm doing, which is really nice to have that extra level of confidence of like, all right, I've done this once before. I know exactly how this process goes. Mm-hmm. Now I just want to, make cool stuff forever. So it's been really, really special. I was 14 when I booked the Thundermans. I turned 15 on set of the pilot. Uh-huh. And we never really thought, or at least I never really thought it was going to go more than, a few episodes at a time. It was always like, okay, here's 13 episodes and we do them and it would be great. And then we, towards the end of it, go, all right, let's get ready to move on. And then here's 13 more. And then here's a 20 episode season. Here's 15 more. Here's 40 more. Like it just kept getting added on. And so at no point during the process did we ever think, all right, I'm on a show now. Can't wait to do this for the next 112 episodes over the next 4.5 years. It was always just, all right, I've got this amazing thing in front of me. Let's focus and do it. And we just got lucky that we were able to keep doing it for such a long time. But yeah, it is crazy to be like 26, almost 27, working as an executive producer with a big important job title and big important people, and know that all just started at, an audition that I tried my best at 14 years old. Jack and I have a lot of history just by way of spending all day, every day together for those, 5 or 6 years. So every time we talk, something comes up. We fall into a tangent of some memory that's fun to talk about. It's really hard to pick one. I mean, I think the ones that were probably the most formative were the international trips that Jack and I did to promote the show, because just being, 15, 16, 17, 18, in a random country with your only peer, your own age, doing this really crazy job, it's a bonding experience and a learning experience for sure. So most of my memories are like touring Malta or like hosting a game show in the wilderness in Australia and chasing off turkeys at 16 years old. Like just memories that sound like Mad Libs. Yeah, it got popular on streaming in 2021, I think, which was that amazing thing that streaming can do, just like give old projects a new life. I think a lot of like legacy fans who watched the original series were watching it for the comfort during COVID. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of new fans, really young kids who were stuck at home and, their parents were homeschooling them and they're watching TV to pass the time. And their parents would go, oh, kids show, great, and put it on. Or the kids would see it and go, ooh, superheroes, cool. So that was what inspired it, I think, for the network, and for Paramount Plus specifically, to want to spearhead the movie project. And they came to me with the idea of doing something, and I brought in some ideas of what I thought that should look like, and they liked them, and the rest is history. It was super surreal. I mean, I admittedly have my super suit under my bed. If you follow me on TikTok, you have seen me wear it many times, which feels illegal. It feels like I shouldn't be allowed to just have that. To be fair, it's not my main suit. It's the stunt double suit, so it's got like holes in it everywhere from all of the stunt stuff. But putting it on set felt different. Getting my hair and makeup done as Phoebe also felt different, because I had been wearing my hair like straight for a long time and kind of doing the Phoebe curls, which I'm doing now because I'm getting ready to go play Phoebe again. So I'm like getting back to the mindset, but like doing the Phoebe hair and makeup and the jewelry and like standing in the set was crazy. The very first moment I was in full hair and makeup and wardrobe on camera was the camera test day. And I was standing in the backyard patio set. And there's a video on one of my socials of me just sort of like being like, I'm Phoebe again, this is crazy. It was actually wilder for me seeing Jack look like Max again. Because in his real life, for the few years leading up to shooting the movie, Jack was like, and is covered in tattoos, head to toe. I see him with like messy forward hair, sometimes with a little bit of eyeliner when he's performing with his band, and like painted chip nails. You know, he's like kind of he's in his like band boy era. And so seeing him like, and a beard, he had a thick beard for a long time. So seeing him clean shaven with the hair spiked up and the Max swoosh and like the Max fit, he just walked on set and I was like, oh my God, we're 18 again. It was cool. Yeah, it is a spinoff. So the basis of the show, I'm like checking my words because I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but I've read a bunch of scripts already, and so I know information that I cannot spill. No celeb secrets for you this time. It follows Phoebe and Max leaving town for an extended mission. There's a new villain afoot. People who watched the movie saw the little cliffhanger at the end with Dr. Colosso, so this picks up resolving that cliffhanger. And for reasons that I can't probably tell you yet, Phoebe and Max end up bringing Chloe along for that mission. So it is a spinoff. It will be in a new town. Okay. The Thundermans are going to a new town, just like us actors are going to a new town to film it. So that's kind of like a fun parallel. And it'll be mostly the three of us, but there will be cameos from mom and dad and the siblings and the friends and, you know, all of the people that make the Thundermans so important, that fill out the Thundermans universe, that are so important to the show, will be there at various times throughout the series. And also there is still possibility to do a sequel to the movie, or, you know, follow the full Thundermans family story in another capacity. This is not one and done for us. We want to keep building out the Thundermans universe as long as people will have us. So this one is a spinoff. It's mostly Phoebe, Max, and Chloe, but like, don't freak out. You will see all the other people you love, and you know, they'll be around. Yeah, I mean, I think when you play a character for that long, the lines are always going to be a little bit blurry. Yeah. When I was young, I felt a lot more like Phoebe. It felt more like just playing kind of a fictionalized version of myself. I think now, you know, 12 years later, I am a very different person than she is. And so it gets to feel more like slipping on a character when I go in to be Phoebe. Which might sound weird, because I feel like when I'm doing interviews in this publicly, when I'm doing interviews and stuff like this publicly, I am pretty Phoebe, and people are like, oh, she's just like her character. But I think it's just that my like public, you know, press persona is very similar to my on-camera persona. When I'm off camera, I'm very different, I think. My friends have all been watching the show. They all caught up on the series before the movie came out so we could watch it together, my best friends. And they say when you watch the show, when you are someone who knows me really well, it feels like watching a different person. And you're just watching, and then I'll say a line and they'll go, oh, that's Kira. And then it goes back. And so apparently there are like little moments and like little things that I do that are very quintessentially me, but it's not every single line reading. Well, the role that she ends up taking on Undercover in the spinoff is great. I can't tell you what it is, but it's really funny, and it's a role that I'm excited for her to be, even though it's a kind of fake undercover job. It's a really fun one for her to be doing. So yeah, I'm happy with where she's gone. You know, Phoebe and Max are kind of doing what they always wanted to do. I hope and plan to see, you know, more of Phoebe's personal life in addition to her superhero stuff, because just like that's what I always enjoy playing and watching the most, is like seeing her failed dating adventures and all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty happy where she is in her, I guess, early 20s. She'll be in her early 20s now in the spinoff, which is really cool.